Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. In this video, you will learn some important fundamental knowledge about programming. We will look into what is programming first. So, computer programming is a process of interacting with the computer to perform various tasks. So, it involves designing a set of instructions which is given as input to the computer and the system will act accordingly. With the help of computer programming, we can perform tasks like simple mathematical calculations, creating a website, building games, and many more other tasks. So we cannot interact with computers like human languages like English or French or any other languages. For that purpose, we need some various programming languages which have been developed so that we can interact with the computer. So these programming languages will be in human readable form. Since this human readable form is not understood by the computer, we need to convert the human readable code into machine readable form which contains only zeros and ones. So the instructions of the code which we feed onto the system is called source code, and the code which is understood by the computer is called machine code, which consists of only zeros and ones. When we send the source code into the system, it will convert the source code into machine code with the help of compiler and interpreter, and this process is called compiling. So after compilation, the code which contains only zeros and ones and which is then executed by the computer and returns the outputs to the user. Next, we will look onto what is the need of programming. So computer, as we all know, it is very efficient and it is capable of doing repeated tasks day in and day out. So that is the main reason why we are using computer. So if the human is doing a particular task, so he cannot do it for a long time with the same efficiency. So computers can do that with high amount of efficiency day in and day out. And again, computers are so fast than humans, so they can do so many calculations so fast and give us the output very fast. And also the computers are so cheap. Earlier the computers were very expensive, but since these days we can get a computer at a cheaper price. So next we move on to types of programming languages. So there are so many categories or types of programming languages out there. So we will restrict ourselves to discuss these two programming types, that is low level programming language and the high level programming language. So low level programming language means the languages which are easily readable by computer and it is less readable to humans. So these low level programming languages are memory efficient, but it is very hard to understand by humans, and also it is machine dependent. So machine dependent and non-portable, which means that if a machine code which runs on one machine, it cannot be made to run on another machine. So there will be some error happening. So that type of languages are called lower level programming languages. So example of such lower level programming languages are machine language and assembly language. Next is high level programming language. So these are the programming languages. Unlike the low level programming languages, it is easily readable by humans, but for computer to understand this code, it is not that readable. So the computer first convert this machine readable form converts this human readable form into machine readable form with the help of a compiler. So they have some drawbacks also. They are less memory efficient unlike the low level programming language, but they have an advantage of it is simple to maintain and it is machine independent and portable, which means that if you run a particular program, for example if you run a C program on one computer and we export that code to another system, over there also this program is going to work. So that is the main difference between high level and low level programming languages. Now we shall look into some of the most widely used programming languages one by one. So the first one is Python programming language. It was created by Guido van Rossum in the year 1991, and it is mainly used for web development, game development, machine learning and artificial intelligence, web scraping, and developing graphical user interfaces. So some of the prominent companies which is using Python programming languages are Intel, IBM, NASA, Pixar, Netflix, Facebook, and Spotify. So next is Java programming language. It is created by James Gosling in the year 1995. It is mainly used for enterprise applications, mobile applications, web applications, big data, and cloud. And the companies using Java is Uber, Airbnb, Google, Netflix, and Instagram. So next is JavaScript programming language created by Brendan Eich in the year 1995. It is mainly used for web applications, mobile applications, game development and server applications. So the companies using JavaScript are Microsoft, PayPal, Netflix. So next is C programming language. It is one of the most important programming languages and it is one of the oldest programming language also, and it is created by Dennis Ritchie in the year 1972. So it is mainly used for developing operating systems, database systems, word processors, network drivers, etc. So the prominent companies using C programming language are Microsoft, Telegram and Twitch. So the next is C++ programming language, which is created by Jan Stroustrup in the year 1985. It is mainly used for creating operating systems, game development, IoT devices, databases, web browsers, machine learning tools, scientific research. And the companies using it are Evernote, LinkedIn, Opera, and NASA. Next is PHP programming language created by Lasmus Lerdorf in the year 1994. It is mainly used for developing web applications, graphical applications, etc. And it is mainly used by Facebook, Wikipedia, Tumblr, Slack, and WordPress. So the next is C Sharp programming language. The creator is Mars Torgerson in the year 2000. So it is mainly used for web applications, Windows applications and games. So the companies using it are Microsoft, Stack Overflow, Intune, Accenture. So the next programming language is Swift. It is created by Chris Latner, Doug Greger, John Makar, Ted Kremenek, Geograph. It was created in the year 2014. It is mainly used for building apps for iOS, Mac, Apple TV and Apple Watch, and the main companies which is using C# programming languages are Apple, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Facebook, Slack and Uber.